Okay, I'm at the bottom of the Uba, what's it called again? Ubehebe.
Ubehebe.
Hello, it's Geology Joe's here. Right now, I'm at the bottom of the Ubehebe Crater. 2,100 years ago, about 2,000 years ago, this used to not be a hole in the ground.
This weekend, a friend and I took a short trip to Death Valley. We explored the many landmarks that make this national park unique. Not only is this national park the largest in the lower 48 states, but it's also the lowest point in North America and the hottest and driest place on Earth, known to attract heat tourists, which I will never understand. I stopped on my way through this place in July when it was 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and my shoes were literally melting to the asphalt. I can't imagine frolicking through the sand dunes and across the salt flats in midsummer. Anyway, our trip this February was much more tolerable and allowed us to appreciate this place for being far more than a deadly destination, and instead a beautiful one full of surprises. Our first stop was the Ubehebe Crater, which you can actually descend into if you dare. And we dared.
I feel like I'm gonna regret this.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like we're going toward the edge of the world right here. It looks like it's a sheer drop off. Oh my god. That is crazy up there. I'm questioning my life decisions looking at these people coming up. What would you say is the elevation gain from the bottom of the crater to the top?
I'll say 500.
500? Okay. 500 straight up. Hey all, it's Geology Joe's here. Right now I am at the bottom of the Ubehebe Crater in Death Valley National Park, where around 2,000 years ago there was a huge explosion that caused this amazing crater. So how did this crater form? Was it an impact? No. What happened was you had magma upwelling from the mantle. As that magma came up through the crust, it hit groundwater. And as it hit the groundwater, steam was formed. And then that steam built up pressure, and eventually it broke through the crust out to the surface, kind of like a geyser. And it was a huge explosion that created this amazing crater that we see today. And this is the biggest of multiple craters. It was not just one explosion, it was multiple over a period of time. Oh, and one more thing. You might see what is called desiccation cracks over here. All of that material obviously eroded from up at the top where all that red is, and then it collected down here. The rainwater fills up the crater, and as the water is percolating down, it's eroding all of this red stuff we see in the rock. And then it deposits it all down here, and it's like a little pond. And then eventually that water evaporates, forms those desiccation cracks, and then leaves all of that kind of clayey material. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, all of this looks like silty, clayey. Yeah, like you can see all the, maybe not. Yeah, this isn't technically the trail, so maybe we shouldn't be walking on this. Run away, run away! Yeah, I found some volcanics that probably came out during the explosion.
This looks like magma.
Yeah, that's
And she's right. This is magma, or was magma. This is a rock called scoria, which was a molten blob that was ejected during the explosion and cooled in the air.
because it's like super lightweight, and it has all of those like vesicle. Yeah, it's porous. It's kind of like a sponge. It looks like a sponge.
I've never seen it like this. I mean, that fresh. It looks fresh to me.
Yeah. I mean, 2,000 years old.
I know.
So, well, I mean, geologically speaking, that's young.
Yeah.
Well, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ready? I'm not, but we're going to. In the crater, I'm finding all kinds of things, from metasids to igneous rocks to limestone, lots of siltstone and claystone, and lots of ash. Lots and lots of ash. But yeah, a whole assortment of goodies. Olga's speed running it. I'm down here looking at rocks. Or maybe rocks are my excuse to take a break, because my heart is like, whoo, pounding outside my chest. This is no freaking joke.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If you're not a masochist, there's also a 2-mile loop that takes you around the rim of the crater, which we ended up not doing because we were so exhausted. If you can't make it to Ubehebe Crater, that's okay. All over Death Valley, you can see evidence of its violent volcanic past that has been in the making for millions of years. The Mars, like Ubehebe Crater, are just the most recent of this activity. In the next episode, we will do a deep dive into the history and perhaps answer some of your burning questions about Artist Palette, Bad Water Basin, and some of the funky folding and faulting seen all over this place. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and join me next time for more Geology in the Face.